We are fortunate to have this. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Let me start again. Uh, I'm Whaley from I'm the executive director from Smart Tree Pacific, and I forgot to press the record button. So we'll start it all over again. And yes, please turn on your camera because Matt and Jen would love to know what you look like so they can come and meet you. I wish I have a picture of them to show you what they look like. So please tell your name and the island you're from, and what do you do on your island? We look forward to seeing you in October. So let's see. Paul, would you be the next? Just down the list. So you get to choose the person next, okay? So please, Paul.
Can you guys hear me okay? Awesome. Okay. Oh, aloha everyone. My name is Paul Santiago. I'm from the island of Oahu here in Hawaii. I was actually originally from the Philippines, different island. That's where I was born and raised. But yeah, I'm here in Oahu now, working with Wei and Jeff, and along with others with Smart Tree Specific. Here in Oahu, I'm the volunteer coordinator, working with our Citizen Forester program. So very excited to work with you all here and learn more about who you are and yeah, what you folks do in your islands. I'm gonna pass the mic to Jeff.
Hey, how is everyone? Good to meet you. Good to see you. Looking forward to the October get together. Jeff Spone. I am the project manager for the Smart Trees Pacific and this particular project. And I spent some time in Colorado and I spent some time in Arizona. But been an arborist for a long time, and Kevin, who couldn't be here tonight because he's traveling. Him and I have been friends for a long time, and we went to the same university and got our degrees at the same university. So we've known each other for a long time. So appreciate it. And again, glad to be here and looking forward to this. So I'll kick it to Miranda.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Miranda Hutton. If we haven't met, I'm the Urban and Community Forestry Program Manager with the U.S. Forest Service. To put it bluntly, I'm the money. I am the manager on the Forest Service side of this grant, and I'm really excited to be here as part of this kind of kickoff to see where this is going to take us, and excited that all of you all are here. It's nice to see you all. And I will pass it to Jack. Go ahead.
I was trying to hide, but you saw me, huh? Good morning, everyone. My name is Jack, and I'm from Saipan in the Mariana Islands, uh, where almost every year we get hit by a typhoon. Uh, Hopefully this year we won't have any super typhoon. Um, what I do is I work at the Division of Agriculture as a director, and we have the tree forestry programs, stewardship, urban, and forest health. And I look forward to meeting you all in Hawaii and learn more about what we all have to be doing as we hit toward the end of the year. And I would like to call upon Disan to be the next person to introduce himself.
Did you call me Jack? Is it me, right? All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Hi, everyone. Greetings. My name is Tisan Kivas, and I'm from Kosai in the Federated State of Micronesia as the Urban and Community Forestry Program Coordinator for Kosai Island Resource Management Authority, Tri-State Government. Nice seeing you all and looking forward to meet each and every one of you in person very soon. And now I'm going to pass on the mic to, I didn't see Tony. Where is he? Oh, Tony, there you are. Take the floor, brother.
Talofa. You guys hear me? Okay, Talofa everyone. My name is Tony. I always get this mixed up. UFC and not Ultimate Fighter. I'm a urban community specialist, but I always get those two mixed up sometimes. Talofa from American Samoa. Good seeing you guys. Hope to talk more about with you guys with our different partners from different islands and our new friends. Thank you.
Tony, please add someone.
Yes, sorry. Hey, where's my brother from yet? Turning the floor over to my friend from Yep.
Thank you. And good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Val from YAP. I'm the one oversee the Urban Community Forestry Program in YAP. We're small, but I'm happy to seeing you all today and looking forward to meet all of you guys in person in October. And the person with me now is our state forester, Lori June. She's gonna traveling with me for this meeting in Honolulu. And I think some of you guys already met her in person during the PIFC. She's our new state forester. And thank you. Kristen from Guam.
Tough day, everyone. Sorry, I think I knew about the meeting and then it fell out of my inbox and got lost into the abyss. So I'm so sorry. We're doing intros. So Christine Camacho Fajaran, Forestry and Soil Resources Division Chief from the Guam Department of Agriculture. Yeah, I don't know who went already. Did everybody go? Was I last? Oh, Jeff, did you go?
Yeah, PJ
Okay.
and Steve are the last one.
Okay, let's go PJ, because if he didn't message me, I would have missed this.
Hi, I'm PJ Sinicolas. I am the Guam Urban and Community Forestry Program Coordinator. Excited to be here. Excited this is finally kicking off, and I'll see you all soon. Next, I gotta call on my own sensei over there, see Justin. Alden? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's my first name, but I don't know why you called me. Hi everyone. My name is Alden Justin Barrios. I'm from the Big Island of Hawaii. Here in Big Island, I am a manager of a tree trimming and contracting company. We have about 16 guys we run out here, and we do a lot of arborist consultations, pruning, removal, hazard removal. Outside of here, I do a lot of training in regards to anything with the arborist industry, from being a good groundsman all the way up to helping you getting your arbor certification. So yeah, we work with Smart Tree Specific and also Arbor Global. Yeah, I'll give it to Steven.
Okay, thank you very much, PJ. I'm Stephen Pollock. I'm the Executive Director of the Kusai Island Resource Management Authority, which the forestry program for the state is a unit under. So UCF is one of the U.S. Forest Service program that we asked the Kirma, as Deason mentioned before. Thank you for inviting me. Looking forward to work with you and learn about specifically with that UCF program. We can help from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephen. Today, let me go through today's agenda quickly. So it's pretty straightforward. First, we'll go through the introductions. Everybody got to meet each other, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what the grant is. It's all about. So what we are bringing to the table to you, and then we're going to look at the logistics. How to get to here in October, and then finally we'll go through the agenda for the October in a high level, so you get an idea what you will be doing in October. But before I start, since I have I think all the islands here, does anybody need more paperwork before you are allowed to come? Like the invitation went out. I also did special invitations. Is everybody okay to come? Do I need to do more paperwork? I'm okay with that. Just let me know, okay? All right.
I have
Yeah.
Wait.
You do, Christine?
Just
Yeah,
just
wait.
the flight itinerary. Like if we get the itinerary, it goes with the travel packet, all one shot. And I have we have 12 days usually before 20 or 12 days, something like that before travel. So
Oh, okay. All right. I'll get on to it.
And
Thank you, Christine. Yeah.
also, wait, if you can also send us the agenda. I haven't seen the agenda yet.
Agenda for today or for the October?
October.
Okay.
Um,
We'll go over it today. We'll go over the agenda at high level today, so you get to see.
Okay. Okay.
All right. But just in case, I want to sort of ground everybody. All right. Is there any other question before I start to go over? Stop me anytime. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I only have 2 slides to be quick. So this is the project and what we promised Miranda we will deliver. Let's see. So we basically have 4 objectives, and then the deliverables are within all the objectives. We want to develop and establish a foundational and local knowledge. And typically this is really in a way, this is the conceptual for management and to the level of supervisor. So ballpark is the certified arborist-like education, and then some more, such as nursery, and I think there's one more beyond IPM. But that's really a foundational knowledge. The second one is technical skills. So the practical skills like chainsaw, tree planting, pruning, and I believe lift operator as well, operations as well. And the third one is locally supported projects. After we train and gave you the knowledge, we want to reinforce it. So we have this sub-grant program for your island that you can have your workforce to practice these skills. And then to tie it all together, we will have a tropical tree care standard that Kevin and Jeff are working on, and others. Support you with Right Tree, Right Place with Select Tree. We're going to enhance Select Tree to include all your islands, and then an online tree resource. So we can look things up and communicate with each other. in a nutshell, basically what we have is we want to bring your work skill in your from management to even potentially your funders, potential funders to fund your urban community forestry program, and then the skill set for your workers to take care of the tree, plant from nursery all the way to planting, installation, as well as IPM and pests and everything else. And then the skill to manage it, to maintain the trees, and the standard that the maintenance to be measured by. And finally, we want to provide incentive for you to have programs, projects out there that apply these skills that you can verify. Then finally, we want to have support for you that will allow you to able to connect with your trainers, and so for the future as we go along. So that is our sort of comprehensive approach to provide capacity for your islands. Any questions about that? Comments? Do you know what this is what we're bringing to the process? What we really want to ask you is think ahead on this is for the next 5 years. What beyond? We want this program to be successful and carrying forward. And then if you think we had this UCF pipeline coming along before IRA, and then we had a little BIL enhancement. Now we have IRA enhancement, so your capacity build up. How can we bring forward this capacity? So the capacity need two kinds. One is external funding to increase and keep building your UCF program, and then the skill set to implement it and take it forward. And the generation of people replacing. So you need to think about how this program will fit your island. And that's really what we want to ask you to bring to think about in October. Okay. If there's no question, we can go over the logistics.
Wei, I have one
About
question. I'm
Sure.
sorry, I couldn't find the little hand signal.
Okay.
I know we've talked about this, but maybe could you expand get them thinking about who the target audience is for these skill sets? Just a little bit to help them think about who are we thinking about those trainings for?
Great question. Thanks, Miranda. You know, she's always thinking 2 steps ahead of me, so thank you. For the foundational training, all the managers, the leaders, and I would even extend to this sometime if you educate your funders somehow. Because after IRA, we want your island to have a robust community of funding to bring forward. Could be your partners, could be your hotels. So that is a potential partners that you bring in to train from the foundation. So they understand why so important about trees, why is it so difficult to take care of trees, and how did they participate? They can be part of the solution with us, supporting you. And then the technical are the workers. And of course, the supervisor too. There will be something like Justin will come into chainsaw safety, climbing or lift operations, tactical. From that, we'll look on the supply side. So in a way, the foundational is the demand side, and get the funding and get the leadership. The supply side, the workers. So we think about next generation. So we have this for 5 years. How can we get the pipeline, next generation of young workers to get involved and be trained? So here's an opportunity, right? So we have the teacher coming, and you get your partners, you get your next generation. So there will be a continuation beyond 5 years. Did I answer your question, Miranda?
Oh yeah, and then some. So thank you. I would just add one group to that list is I know a lot of
Please.
folks are interested in sharing knowledge with their utility workers as well too. And I'm pretty sure that they can be a funder as well, and probably we're encapsulated in that. But I know I just wanted to highlight that one as well. Thanks.
Yeah, partner is loose, funders and partners. Thanks, Miranda. Other questions? Okay. All right. The next, Jeff, you want to lead that and we'll chip in?
Yeah. So a little bit on the logistics. And so, I would say bear with me because I don't necessarily understand or have an intimate understanding of what flights and travel look like from the islands that you all are on to Oahu. But from a flight standpoint, the goal is obviously to be able to book travel so that you're able to be there on the 8th and the 9th. Those days, realize that you might want to expand those days that you're there, visit family, just vacation a little bit, whatever. And so all we would ask is that, we're there and ready to roll on the 8th and the 9th. From a reimbursement standpoint, I don't know that we have all that ironed out yet. Certainly, this is covered as part of the grant, so your travel is covered as part of the grant. Wayne and I were talking about, and again, not sure how the agencies that you work for operate as far as that reimbursement goes, but certainly if you can book that travel and provide us with some sort of documentation on the cost of that travel, then we'll work on the reimbursement from there, I think was the plan, correct, Wei?
Yeah, there is another option to this is because this is a pretty heavy large ticket, it is possible that we will pay for it. If you have the booking, I will jump in and pay for it directly. So you won't have to put burden on your credit card or anything. And I will settle with the Forest Service. It will be a lot quicker, easier for us as well. So there is self-interest is I don't have to chase all 7 islands or everybody to give me your receipt, give me a receipt. I already pay, you are taken care of. That makes sense? So if you choose your booking and send me a link, I'll hop on and pay it.
Okay. So 2 options there, but certainly communicate and the ways, comment earlier, if you need something from us, additional paperwork relative to travel, please reach out and let us know. And either in the chat or after this, I'm sure Wei is going to provide our contact information. From a rental, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's the delay because an extra step when you submit it, get through us and get through Forest Service, it may take a while. So Forest Service is doing much better. I got to comment there. They are much quicker. So thank you, Miranda. But if you cannot take the hit, we will take care of it. All right, just let me know. Sorry, Jeff.
No, that's good stuff. Because again, we were still working through some of this, so appreciate it. From a rental car and overnight stay arrangements, Paul has been working on some Airbnb scenarios, which I think we have 3 different scenarios on the table, and we can discuss some of those tonight. But the rental car will kind of coincide, or if you will, work with that. In other words, if there's 3 or 4 staying at the same place, then we would get, you know, a rental car for those 3 or 4. If there's 2 staying, we would get 2, because we won't likely have all of you staying at the same place based on how that's working out. So I'll let Paul touch a little bit on the arrangements and what we were thinking along those lines, and we can have a discussion, and then we'll pair the rental cars, the vehicles up with how the arrangements work out.
Right. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. So mainly on the lodging, we have locations or properties or venues for the lodging kind of spread out between Waikiki, Moore City, but also Kaneohe. It's just we were having Jeff, Wei, and I were having a discussion about how to best kind of room everyone together, and I think the best way to do that is just to ask everyone else and the attendees. So we put together a questionnaire. So I can actually put that in the chat, and Wei, myself, or Jeff will follow up in an email also for friends who couldn't make it to the call. But the Google form is just a quick questionnaire, a few questions on there to kind of gauge your if you're able to sorry, hopefully the link works. Yeah, the link works. Yeah, so just a few questions. Where you're traveling from, the transportation, there's some questions about transportation. For lodging, we're just asking if you're comfortable of sharing space with one or more attendee. You'll definitely have your own bedroom, but there's units where you will have to share at least one more person. So things like that. Yeah, so hopefully everyone has access to the Google form. So when you have a chance, yeah, please take a look at it. But we're working on securing venues soon. So the quicker you reply to the Google form, the quicker we can secure those lodging. So yeah. And Jeff, I'm gonna pass it back to you about or Ray about
Please.
transportation.
All your
Yeah.
link needs, there's permission required.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
The concept about lodging and car, it takes a little bit of finesse because people are traveling from east and west. Ideally, if you're coming from the west, if you're only going through the Guam flight, would be perfect. Then we can all get together, and at the airport, there's only one flight from Guam. From the east, a little bit harder for us if you're on different flight. We could put you all in Waikiki, but getting in and out of Waikiki in operation is challenging at best in the middle of the day. So we thought of having you live in a Airbnb. Is it nicer, easier, friendlier? You'll be sharing a house. We're looking at a house, and it's cheaper than Waikiki. So that's our thoughts. If this is an issue, please bring it up. We want you to be happy and able to do your work here. So Waikiki or some house that I think we looked at 2 houses, one that can house 6 people, 6 bedroom, and the other one is a 5 bedroom. We still can't hold all of you, but most of you, that you can share a house and share a car easier. So those are what we're looking at. This is our low travel season, so getting room at Waikiki is not a problem. But from Waikiki to the venue could be you will be fighting with commuters. And if you're coming the other way, up country, then you won't.
Okay,
Good
so
question,
takeaway
Miranda.
there's
Yeah, we the venue that's and we also before we forget, we also have budgeted a meals. We will provide meals for breakfast and lunch at the venue or nearby, and we'll work that out We don't have all the answers yet, but the dinner is on your own. So we will have a stipend for you for dinner. So hopefully that would be sufficient. We're
That was the next
oh,
one, and then Miranda just asked about the venue, so you guys can talk about what we're looking at there.
yes. Originally, we worked with a nonprofit that we have been helping. That they bought. Actually, Miranda visited the Kola Ballroom. We were talking to them. We visited the site, but they brought in a new caterer, an event planner, to run their catering service. And the minimum is $3,000. And we said, that's my reaction, Miranda. So I said, you must be kidding me. We're not having a wedding here. So we are changing our venue. So one venue, one day, right now I have the East West Center, and then the other one is Ho'omalahia. It's a botanical garden in Kaneohe. We use it a lot with Kaunani, our UCF program. And it's a very nice in Kaneohe, a botanical. The other one is Foster. So I'm working on these options, but East West Center is sort of modern and it's an office building. Compared to the botanical garden, you are among trees, among woods, less modern. So both of them are on our radar right now. So we'll settle on one and realize, and then we can plan your location. Ho'omalahia would be very close to the B&Bs. So it'd be like 5 minutes, maybe 6-10 minutes drive from the B&B to the botanical garden. East West Center is much closer to Waikiki. So we consider the rush hour and all that for you as well. Any question? Yeah. We like Foster because it's a beautiful botanical garden. Of course, all these venues are free, as far as I know. East West Center, maybe free. They haven't told me the price yet. No, it's not free? Okay,
Well, they
we'll
weren't
find
free to
out.
me, but I'm a federal person, so it might be different.
Oh, we're going through a friend, so we'll find out. Yeah, yeah.
And Paul put them in the chat if you wanted to look them up. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, so that is logistics. Any question on logistics before
Oh, yes, wait,
we
please.
go on to the agenda?
Just for an example, if I were to leave here from American Samoa from the
Yeah.
3rd, arrive there on the 4th, and then on the
You're way early, Tony.
yes, it's because we only have one flight per week.
Oh,
So are you guys
okay.
able to cover me for those whole days until I come back on the 10th?
We'll have to work on that. Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Because we're a small island, we only have one flight in and out. That's the problem.
I remember DJ having coffee with him. He was waiting for his flight.
Yes.
So,
We'll find you someplace, Tony.
yeah, you see here in Yap, it's same with Samoa. It's only 2 flights a week. And most of the flights are fully booked when in and out. So we need to book us like earlier than the dates in October. Like we only have 2 on Wednesday and 5 on Saturday.
Wednesday and Saturday. Okay, Saturday would be a good one if we can get you on Saturday. Then you get here on Saturday, Sunday, maybe.
Yeah.
And okay, we'll work with you over there.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, I think for us in Goshai as well, we have the same problem. Our flight out from Goshai to Honolulu, it's only on Friday and Monday. And I'm afraid if we try Monday and somehow the flight got delayed and canceled, so we weren't able to make it to the meeting. So this is something that we would want you guys to also consider.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, let us know. That's why this meeting is about. We learn all this, like Jeff said, we are not very familiar. We'll learn and we'll work it. Thanks, Decent. All right. Anything else? Thank you for those inputs.
I just put it in the chat way, but having booked flights for these folks in the past, a couple of them, the flights, because they're so infrequent, do fill up. And I know you're prioritizing it, but I would just echo the comment I heard from Val and Tony to, maybe set some deadlines for fairly soon to get to you, especially if you're going to book them, because they do fill up, unfortunately. And so if we wait much longer, they may already be filled.
Yeah, I
If
was
you
gonna say the
can
same
book
thing. We
now,
should probably book them this week, Way.
yeah, book now. Meaning, what I mean is, you find it, we'll pay. Yeah,
So then the
because
action
that's
would
much
be
easier.
for them to
Sorry,
look
Jeff.
up the flight, get you the information by the end of the week, and we'll book it.
They will book it and I will pay. Because I
Okay.
don't know enough their local travel, whether they can get to the airport and that kind of complexity locally. So choose your flight and as close to the 7 as you can, and then close to the 10 as you can. Then we'll do the lodging arrangement to cover you.
Yeah, but there is one thing that you have to put in mind for a lot of military moving in and moving out from Thailand, and the flights usually fill up from Guam to Yap and Yap to Guam. And we need to book, I think we need to look at earlier time to book. Because the more we wait to closer to the date, maybe there is no space
Yeah.
for us to go on
Yeah.
the flight.
Start today,
Thank you.
Val. Yep,
Okay,
start
thank
today.
you.
Start looking
Yeah.
today.
So what I'm hearing, Wei, is if they find the flight for you and then email you the link with the information, you will book the flights for them if they don't have a credit card.
Correct. And I
So,
will pay for the,
okay. So homework, everybody, is send Wei this week the flight you want to be on and check that it still has spots on it this week.
yeah. So I will pay as quickly as I can. Of course, the challenge is when I know it, and I will need to look for housing for you, lodging for you, okay? But try to, if you can, try to be close to the 7 if you can, the 7 and 8. So I don't have to book 2 weeks for you.
I don't mind sharing room. It's okay. I mean, if there's an apartment, I'm good with it.
Okay.
I can bring my tent
Thanks,
with me.
Tony. Yeah. We had this 1-bedroom, 1-person apartment downtown. It's very nice on the high rise. So good prices too, but it's easy to get to. There are like business travelers. So we'll work it, Tony. We'll talk to you, okay? Now, one thing important is please give me your WhatsApp connection information so I can set up a WhatsApp and communicate with you rather than email alone. Email is great, but if I need to quickly say, hey, would you like this? Here's a picture. Would you like this apartment? There's a picture, and you can tell me yes, no, and I'll book it.
Mhm.
Okay,
We'll do
so
that.
it's in the questionnaire. All right, any questions, Hada? Any comments?
I just want to add something, Wayne. It's
Sure.
it's a question on the questionnaire, and we might have some of us might have seen it already. There's a couple questions about transportation. So if any, first question is if you're comfortable in driving. We have a few rental vehicles that we're planning and securing. So if you're comfortable in being one of those drivers, yeah, there's a question about that if you can fill in. But yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember in Hilo, we had to drive. So please tell us, can you drive in the US? And were you willing to drive? Oh, okay. No worry. And we're right now it's budgeting a mid-size with 4 people sharing. So it's nicer to have people to ride with instead of all by yourself and try to find your way. It's easier to have a co-pilot with you going anywhere. So that's our plan, that share a car. We'll do our best to match people.
Jack's an awesome co-pilot. He was my co-pilot last time. So
That's right.
Great, thank you. All right, anything else before we go into the agenda for the October agenda? I think that's next. You all had the question there. All right, Jeff, you want to go to the agenda that you and Kevin find out?
Yeah. Okay, so Tuesday we'll kick off with the light breakfast like Wade talked about. We'll have that brought in. We'll go through some introductions, especially in the Smart Trees, internal folks. So you get to know us a little bit better, what our backgrounds are, how we're going to be functioning to support the effort on each of your islands over the next, 5 years, the duration of the program, if you will. Then we're going to talk a little bit more about, the Qualified Arborist Workforce Development Program. To Miranda's point, the target audience, what that curriculum, looks like, what we aim to kind of educate those students on in a little more depth. We'll have a lunch. Again, that'll be catered, and then we start, some group discussions and some breakout discussions, and that there's going to be a lot of value. I feel like for us as a team, STP and the islands as we work through these. The first one is really going to focus on what's the vision and the strategy in your particular islands. Where do you want to go with this? What does your current UCF program look like, or do we need to build on it at certain levels? And how is this workforce going to complement where you're going with that UCF program, not only in the short term, but from a sustainable standpoint. So over the long term, including post 5 years. So first breakout discussion then will be the last part of that day. Where again we look at specific relative to that vision and that strategic plan. What are your needs? What do you want to do? How can this program continue to build development within your program, and how can we support the execution of not only the projects but what that UCF strategic vision and plan looks like. So that's kind of the first day there. We'll go roughly 7 to 4 is the target. And we'll come back on Wednesday again, kick off with a little bit of socializing and some breakfast, and we'll go into that second breakout session where we look at sourcing and scheduling of the students for the foundational and practical programs. And what this focus is going to be is how soon can we put the classes together? What does that scheduling look like? How many students are we going to have in each? How closely will the practical program follow the foundational program? I think depending on the dynamics on each island or how quickly you might have a site available. There's some logistics associated with that. So, we'll get there'll be some of our practical instructors there, so we can talk a little bit about more what those programs entail, and and putting them on. So as we kick the foundational off, the second breakout session, or excuse me, the third one in total, but the second one that morning, we'll be talking about pilot projects, and what do those pilot projects look like? What are the scope? The size, where are they going to be at? What kind of local leadership from the respective islands will be there to kind of help us kick those off, or set those projects up. How long do those projects go? Are they going to be a short-term thing or a long-term? Do they have several components where we end up doing some planting and 2 years later doing some structural pruning to develop, or does it start with some removal or some clearing of land, which will entail the practical components. So there's all kinds of dynamics that we can talk through there as we help you to plan on what these pilot projects look like. And then what's the deliverable for the students in the islands in these pilot projects? Ultimately, what are we trying to accomplish and with the pilot project? We'll have a little bit of lunch, and as we go into the breakout session, as we say on the mainland, we'll start to do some back of the napkin type planning where, okay, so as we initiate these projects, what can we start planning on now? What kind of administration, management, those kinds of logistics do we need as we start to build the initial projects for each island, and what does that look like? So we'll follow that up with what it looks like from an STP standpoint of our support, and maybe some feedback we have from a program standpoint, and then close with building an action plan, and each island's action plan may look a little bit different, but at least if we leave this 2-day get together as a group, we have some things that we're taking back to start to build on the islands, and you guys specifically in your roles as far as how that looks, and then STP as we start to plan and pull our logistics together to help kick this thing off, whether it be the end of the year, beginning of next year. So we'll take questions, but before I take questions on that, Way, Paul, Miranda, anything, Justin, anything I might have missed on there that you guys want to add?
Oh, you're pretty good at there. Yeah, I pretty much covered most of it. Yeah.
Can I just add one thing? Is
Okay.
it wasn't random that you all were picked to kind of come and lead this as leaders of not only your islands, but also your contributions to the UCF program. And so I think there's built into this some kind of some coordination work that you all will have to do upon returning to your islands to help make this support. And I just wanted to say, if there's needs that you have, that we can adjust your core funding to make sure that that's coming together. But I just wanted to say, this isn't just a sit and watch and do, it's a participate, and really appreciate your all's leadership in that arena and your work thus far by coming and participating in this call to make this happen, because all of you all wrote a recommendation letter for this work, and so it's something that you all really wanted to see come to fruition on each one of your islands, and just really excited to see where this is going. I just wanted to add that one thought.
Thanks, appreciate that.
My comment is the logistics side. This is a high level agenda. It may change a little bit in practice. Had to do with the venue. So this is 7 to 4. not all venue allow 7. Sometimes it's too early for the building to open or the park open. So some tweaking may happen. Don't be surprised. Don't freak out is what I mean. All right. Any other question? And I take 4 minutes longer than my schedule. All right. If not,
Hey,
the summary is.
why,
Oh yeah.
sorry.
Hi, Eugene.
Hey, hello there. Sorry, I came in late. I rushed out from one of my meetings to attend this. So, first of all, thank you for extending the invitation to us. I already discussed with, Miranda, and I sent an email to Kevin because our current community workers here, they still requesting trainings in tree felling and tree climbing. But our office here is also interested in diagnostic. How can we factor those into what is already in place?
Okay. You get that, Jeff?
Yeah, I'll take it. So I think it can easily be accommodated. I think there's, some diagnostic curriculum that we've built already. But I'm confident that Kevin and I would be in agreement that if we needed to tailor some of that and build on that particular section to add more there so that there's more value for you in again in whatever short-term needs you have, or for the sustainability of educating and building that workforce and what they're after. We would never think, especially if you have students and employees that are asking for this, we definitely want to provide that as part of the curriculum.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Oh, yes, go ahead, Eugene.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for coming. So please, homework. Make sure you can travel and get your reservations. Then we can tailor the lodging to your reservation and get your tickets booked and get you coming. All right. Any question? Yeah.
Wiley, sorry, I missed the introduction and everything. Can you just go over with the logistics about reservations and everything? Because
Sure. This meeting is recorded, so you can always use that and go back. But happy to stay on with you, Eugene, and we can go over that. Okay?
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, wait, I have a question. Can you send the agenda we just went over? We have a policy that whenever we go off island, we need a letter of invitation, agenda, and how we're gonna pay for it. And so it would be nice to have these documents so we can submit our request for approval to travel.
Okay.
And
I have the letter
Jack,
ready.
if you need.
Jack, what I need is who to send to, title and location, and I will send you a formal letter from Kevin.
Just send it to me, and that's what they would need. That I'm being invited, and
okay,
and that would
you too
suffice.
I was gonna
Christine, you
use the email. I was gonna use the email with the invitation, and then, but if you're writing a letter, then just throw my name on one as well. But it's definitely the agenda. So even if it's a draft, like having what we're meeting about agenda and the flight itinerary, which PJ and I will work on. And I think that's really it. The agenda, the itinerary. What else, Jack?
Invitation.
In the invitation. That's it.
I can do the invitation and the agenda. You gotta help me with your itinerary. Hey,
When
No
we're gonna
problem.
The
shoot
only
to
thing I
have
was
that
gonna
in
add
by
there is
Friday.
if you need more detail on the agenda than I provided, just let me know and I could give you a little more. But if that's sufficient, what I just went through, then we'll go with that.
Yeah, that one is good. The one went through, just put
Okay.
on a letterhead.
Yep, I will put it in the letter of invitation with the agenda. A proposed agenda. That's that.
Okay.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Christine. Anything else?
Wait,
Likewise, here.
maybe Jeff or Ray or we can follow up and send the agenda and also the link to the questionnaire so everyone has it available.
Yes,
Sure.
very good.
Thank you, Paul. All right. Thank you
right.
all. Have a great day. And look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And Eugene,
Thank you.
hang back. Yeah. You want to turn off recording, Paul?
Sure.